Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW, NXT, MLW Fusion, and NWA Power results for this week. Ring of Honor episode number 435 can be found on this link. National Wrestling Alliance crowned 3 new champions at Friday's Hard Times pay-per-view from the Georgia Pacific Broadcasting Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. James Storm and Eli Drake defeated the legendary Rock and Roll Express to capture the NWA World Tag Team titles to begin their first reign together. Counting his reigns back during the NWA TNA days, Storm is now an 8-time NWA World Tag Team Champion. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson began their run with their titles back on December 3rd, last year, episode of NWA Power, by defeating the Wild Cards. A new NWA World Women's Champion was also crowned as Thunder Rosa defeated Allison Kay. This is Rosa's first run with the title. Kay won the vacant strap back on April 29th by defeating Santana Garrett at the 2019 Crockett Cup event. The main event, Hard Times, saw Ricky Starks defeat Trevor Murdoch to become the new NWA TV champion in the finals of the tournament. Starks also defeated Matt Cross and Tim Storm in the one-night tournament, while Murdoch defeated Question Mark and Dan Maff to make it to the finals. NWA announced in mid-December that the TV title would be reintroduced. Aces and Eights will be represented at Impact Wrestling's special TNA themed show during WrestleCon in April. Also noted, the TNA name will be brought back for one night only during the WWE's WrestleMania 36 week, as WrestleCon hosts a special Impact Wrestling event on Friday, April 3rd at the Ritz in Ybor City, Florida. Impact announced that Mr. Anderson and D'Lo Brown will be representing Aces and Eights that night. No word yet on who they will be wrestling that night, as they are the first names to be announced. Tickets for TNA, There's No Place Like Home, are on sale now at WrestleCon.com. Tickets range from $60 to $150. The event will also stream live on Fight TV, Fight.tv. Former World Heavyweight Champion Chris Sabin has also been announced for Impact Wrestling's TNA themed special during WrestleCon. Also noted, Impact will be bringing back the TNA name for one night only during the WrestleMania 36 week, as WrestleCon hosts special Impact event Friday, April 3rd from the Ritz, Ybor City, Florida. Sabin was announced for the event. No word on who he will be wrestling. It was previously announced that Aces and Eights will be represented at the event by Mr. Anderson and D'Lo Brown. Again, tickets for the event you can get them at WrestleCon.com. Petey Williams has also been announced for the upcoming TNA team WrestleCon. Former WCW Cruiserweight and Tag Team Champion Disco Inferno has also been announced for the upcoming TNA themed event from Impact Wrestling. Also noted, Impact will be bringing back the TNA name. I think I copied it like 3 times for each additional one. Impact Wrestling, breaking news. One of the original pioneers of the exhibition, Amazing Red, at Amazing Red 1, will also be returning for TNA, No Place Like Home, on April 3rd as part of at WrestleCon in Tampa. The current lineup of wrestlers for the special TNA, No Place Like Home, event includes Williams, Scott Steiner, former TNA World Heavyweight Champion Chris Sabin, plus Aces and Eights, will be represented by D'Lo Brown and Ken Anderson. No word yet on who is facing who that night, but keep you posted on the card. New WWE Cruiserweight Champion Jordan Devlin will return to TV during next Wednesday's NXT episode on the USA Network. Devlin won the title at Saturday's WWE Worlds Collide event by winning the Fatal 4-Way over Isaiah Swerve Scott, Travis Banks, and former champion Angel Garza. This is the first time that a NXT UK superstar has held a title from the main NXT brand. WWE has also announced that Next Wednesday's NXT episode will feature an in-ring segment between number one contender Bianca Belair and NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley to promote their TakeOver Portland title match on Saturday, February 16th. Being the Elite episode 188 can be found in this link. ITV box office has been shut down. Effective immediately, ITV box office was the UK home for AEW pay-per-views. Fans in the UK will still be able to watch pay-per-views on FITE. That's F-I-T-E. There have also been some issues for AEW fans in the UK with the Dynamite airing on ITV4. Fans were told that the show would be available to view on their on-demand service at 7 p.m. on Thursdays. That has not been the case so far this year, with the show airing on ITV4 at varying times on Friday nights. The show is still scheduled to continue to air on ITV4. Inspire Pro TV, episode 22, starring Matthew Palmer, Zach Taylor, Luigi Primo. Get me found in this link. AEW superstar Jon Moxley and former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso, formerly known as Christian, will be starring in an upcoming movie, Cage Fighter, which will be released later this year. In the movie, Uso plays the character Stephen Drake, who is the host of the world's largest MMA podcast called The MMA Show with Stephen Drake. In the exclusive photo sent to Wrestling Inc., Uso's character is interviewing Jon Moxley, who plays Randy Stone, the world top pro wrestler who is going to be fighting in an MMA bout. UFC legend Chuck Liddell plays famed MMA coach Marcus in the movie. The movie was produced in partnership with Canadian company Lex, which is headquarters in the town of Regina, where the movie was filmed. Lex's logo marketing materials were used throughout the film, including in the photo at this link of Liddell below on his shirt. Uso is also an executive producer and was responsible for Moxley being casted in the movie. NWA Power episode number 16 can be found in this link. If you missed last week's dark video and results can be found in this link. On tonight's AEW Dynamite, SCU came out wearing Kobe Bryant's jersey to honor him after the NBA legend passed away earlier this week at the age of 41, alongside with his daughter and 7 other members of the helicopter. Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky defeated Angelico and Jack Evans in their match, which you can see the tribute at this link. Former WCW and TNA manager, Sinister Minister, James Mitchell's stepdaughter, Chelsea, is fighting stage 3 high-grade B-cell lymphoma. The family is asking for assistance in covering medical expenses during the difficult time, and a GoFundMe has been set up at this link. Cody and Dustin Rhodes accepted a PWI award for 2019 Match of the Year, as voted by its readers. The two had an emotional match back in May at Double or Nothing, where Cody pinned Dustin, which can be found in this link. NXT episode opens up with highlights from last Wednesday's episode and Saturday's WWE Worlds Collide event. We also get a plug for the finals of the 2020 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, featuring comments from the late WWE Hall of Famer himself. We're live on the USA Network from the NXT Arena at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, as Mauro Ronaldo welcomes us. He's joined in by Nigel McGuinness for his return, and WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix. Well, she wasn't having any injury issues, so she still made her appearance and the show. Mauro mentioned Beth's Royal Rumble return as we go to ring. First match, Finn Balor versus Trent Seven. I haven't seen Trent Seven match in quite a few years since his backyard wrestling, an indie fed. Balor makes his way out first for tonight's opener. UK superstar Trent Seven was out next. We see a video of Balor attacking Seven in the parking lot on Tuesday night at the PC Center. warning he and Tyler Bate to stay out of his business after Bate saved Johnny Gargano from a backstage attack at Worlds Collide on Saturday night. 7 goes to enter the ring, but Balor immediately kicks him to the floor. Balor unloads, the fans go wild. Balor comes back in the ring as the fans cheer. Referee talks to Balor as 7 recovers on the outside. 7 comes in and tosses his towel as the bell rings, but Balor goes right to work on him. As the match hasn't even started, towel throw in normally means stoppage of the match. Balor beats 7 back down and stomps away. As one of the announcers, when I was watching it, said that same thing. Fans try to rally for 7, but Balor dominates him. Balor with another drop kick through the ropes, sending 7 into the barrier. The referee counts as Balor sends 7 into the apron and in the barrier. Balor with a chop and more offense before bringing him back in. Balor keeps 7 grounded in the middle of the ring. 7 fights out and chops Balor, but drops him with nails a double stomp for a close 2 count. Balor keeps control and slams 7, then drops an elbow for another close pin attempt. Balor goes for a 1916, but 7 rolls him up with a small package out of nowhere for a close DDT, close 2 count. And the 1916 is a DDT. Balor comes back with more chops and nails a sling blade to bring 7 down again. Balor works on 7's neck while he's down, and the referee warns him. For a choke hold, Balor drops 7 with another big shot to keep control. We go to commercial with 7 in pain on the mat. Split screen. Back for the break. 7 is mounting offense. 7 avoids back chop and drops Balor with a DDT of his own. Fans rally for 7 now as he takes Balor to the 2 corners. 7 runs into a double boot split. Comes right back with a snap back suplex. 7 with a back fist and a lariat for a close 2 count. 7 sends Balor out, but then nails a suicide dive, sending Balor into the barrier for a big pop. 7 brings him back in the ring and goes up top. Still clutching his throat. Balor knocks 7 from the top to the mat. Balor sends 7 face first into the turnbuckles, then nails a drop kick back to the turnbuckles. Balor then goes up top for the coup de grace and nails it. Balor follows up with a 1916 DDT for the win. After the match, Balor stands tall as the music hits. We go to replays. Balor stares at the camera to send a warning to Johnny Gargano ahead of their TakeOver Portland match. Kathy Kelly's backstage with Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. And they're both confident about winning 2020 Dusty Classic later on in the finals. The announcers hype Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox as we get a video for the match. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we get some sort of a teaser. Numbers could indicate something for 5-2-20. May the 20th, which could be May 2nd, 2020. The numbers were shown inside flaming circles with 2 more empty flaming circles that were sort of blue. Shotzi Blackheart versus Deonna Purrazzo was up next. We go to the ring. Out first comes Shotzi. Deonna was up next as the match after Deonna comes after Deonna attacked Shotzi backstage after last week's show. They lock up a trade hold. Deonna takes Shotzi down first, but Shotzi tosses her by the arm drag. Shotzi comes back and drops Deonna with an enziguri. Deonna catches Shotzi in a mid-move and drops her with an armbar. Deonna dominates her for several more minutes, but Blackheart mounts offense and hits a question mark kick. Purrazzo comes back with a counter to a kick, but Shotzi nails a lung blower. Shotzi goes up top while Deonna's down. Blackheart hits a big senton splash and covers for the pin and the win. After the match, Blackheart celebrates. As the music hits, we got a replay. Blackheart makes her exit in her mini tank, riding it to the back. DX style, camouflage and all. Mini tank. As she drove it to the ring, we get a look back at Keith Lee winning the NXT North American title from Roderick Strong last week. Well, Lee will be here tonight. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we see highlights from WWE Worlds Collide. We go to the ring. Out next comes NXT North American Champion Keith Lee to a big pop. Fans start chanting his name after his music hits. And, of course, bask in his glory music. Lee introduces himself as the new champion. And you deserve it, champ breaks from the crowd. And he just sits and smiles. Does a little gimmick there. He goes on about winning the title last week from Roger Strong. Says he's a moment maker, a game changer, and a prophecy ender. Lee says next on his agenda is music interrupts. Out comes Damian Priest with his spotlight entrance. Priest fires his imaginary arrow at the big screen to light his name up in flames. He heads to the ring. Priest takes the mic and says he doesn't know if Lee is aware of this, but he likes taking things. That means something to him. It could be a group of women or a prized possession, but he gets what he wants, and what he wants right now is Lee's title. Lee says everyone does. Priest just wants to know how Lee is going to give the title to him. Music interrupts, and out comes Dominik Dijakovic to the ring. Dijakovic says he and Lee have been through their share of battles, some of the best, and if anyone deserves the title, it's Lee. Lee agrees. Dijakovic says if anyone is going to be the first to challenge Lee, it won't be bootleg Marilyn Manson. As he looks at Priest, it will be me. Fans pop at Dijakovic and Priest face off and have words. Lee says it looks like they have a debate to handle, so he's going to leave that to them. He goes to leave, but Dijakovic stops him by grabbing his shoulder, and they have a few words that we can't hear. Priest does the same to Dijakovic from behind. They face off and have words as Lee watches. Priest ends up dropping Dijakovic with a punch, and Lee exits the ring. Referees rush to the ring, and we got a match as Morrow says the NXT general manager just made it official that quick. So the bell rings, and Damian Priest and Dominik start brawling back and forth. Dijakovic ends up hitting a big pendulum backbreaker and then a second rope splash. Priest kicks out of two. Priest rolls forward to regroup, but Dijakovic immediately follows and clubs him in the back. Priest rocks Dijakovic back to the face, goes for the crucifix bomb on the floor, slamming Dijakovic across the apron, and he nails it back to commercial. Split screen, back from the break, and they're going at it again. Dijakovic launches Priest across the ring for a pop. Priest blocks a choke slam and unloads with kicks. Priest with a big forearm and a lariat to drop his opponent. Priest goes on and hits a flatliner for another close 2 count. They trade counters again. Dijakovic hits a sit-down powerbomb, but it's not enough. They end up on the floor. Dijakovic hits a big moonsault to the floor as the fans chant NXT. Dijakovic brings him back in the ring, but Priest catches him with a big choke slam for a 2 count. Priest leaps from the ring to take Dijakovic back down to the floor, interrupting his breather. They come back in and both go down after colliding with big boots. More back and forth. Dijakovic goes for a big move, but the second turnbuckle, but Priest fights back with elbows. Priest hits a super poison Rana from the top, and fans go wild by Dijakovic still kicks out of 2. Dijakovic blocks the reckoning. Dijakovic with a torture right into a feast your eyes. Immediately covers for the pin. Winner of the match, Dominik Dijakovic. After the match, Dijakovic recovers and is slow to get up as the music hits. We go to replays, and Dijakovic celebrates his win to cheers. Then we see the grizzled young veterans warming up backstage. We also see highlights of what led to tonight's tournament finals. Kathy backstage with Tommaso Ciampa. She brings up William Regal announcing Adam Cole's takeover Portland opponent later tonight. Ciampa interrupts and says Goldie is coming home at takeover, and tonight Daddy will make sure of it. He knocks a pipe against the wall and walks off. Looks more like a baseball bat. Remember NWO Sting style? Back to commercial. Back from the break, we see the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roger Strong laid out in the back. Tommaso Ciampa comes walking up and drops a pipe, apparently just using it on the 3 members of the group. Ciampa comes walking out to the arena, and his shirt is ripped. He's carrying a table, and the fans pop and chant Daddy's home at him. Ciampa sets the table up in the ring. As we see medics and officials tending to the undisputed era backstage. Fan chant, Psycho Killer. Now, Ciampa has a big yellow spray paints a big yellow X over the table, NWO style. NXT champion Adam Cole suddenly arrived in the back, asking officials who did this to his partners. Cole walks out to the arena with a mic and asks Ciampa who he thinks he is. He calls Ciampa a coward and says he can't get away with that. Ciampa says he's a guy who never lost that NXT title. He's Goldie's daddy. Ciampa says Cole is going to walk down the aisle, step into the ring, and Ciampa is going to whip his butt. Ciampa says then he's going to powerbomb Cole to the table. X marks the spot. Ciampa then says he's going to sign a contract for his match against Cole in Portland. Ciampa says he's going to take his title and his life back, and Goldie will come home. NXT General Manager William Regal comes out and says while the attack was happening, he was with Cole in his office, and Cole doesn't care who he faces at TakeOver, and he's already signed the contract himself. But his opponent has not been announced. Cole snatches the contract from Regal and says he's got this. Cole goes on about how he's Adam Cole, and he's the NXT champion of the world. Fan cheers his promo. Cole says he's going to enter the ring, and is going to, as Cole decks Ciampa, and they start fighting with Cole getting the upper hand. Ciampa levels Cole with a title belt and drops him. Ciampa then puts Cole through the table like he said he was going to do. Ciampa is bleeding from the top of his head and maybe his wrist. He picks up the contract and signs it. Well, fan chant, use your blood. Sign it in blood, remember? And Ciampa wipes his blood all over the contract. Officially, that seals the deal. As he then wipes his blood on the title belt and stares at it, it's fan chant, Daddy's home again. Ciampa makes his exit as the meter hits. The announcers go over TakeOver Portland card. Both lead to a video package of Bianca Belair and Belair and NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley will meet for an in-ring segment next Wednesday. Still to come, taking Knox versus Dakota Kai back to commercial. Back to the ring, we see how NXT UK superstar Jordan Devlin won the NXT Cruiserweight title over former champion Angel Garza, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and Travis Banks in the World's Collide Fatal 4-Way on Saturday night. I could not get it to pull up myself. Devlin will be here live next Wednesday. Tegan Knox versus Dakota Kai. We go to the ring. Out comes Tegan Knox. She's all business, is ready to fight. Knox waits in the ring with a knee brace in her hand, and she's forced to watch a video on the big screen of Dakota Kai turning on her at War Games last year. Out comes Kai, and she rushes the ring. Knox tosses the brace at Kai and goes right to work on her. Kai turns it around and coming out of the corner, Knox with an inverted senton. Kai turns it around on the floor and tosses Knox over the barrier into the crowd. They fight over near a production area, and Knox slams Kai face first into some steel as the referee counts. Knox beats Kai around the NXT arena and back to ringside. Knox breaks the count but rolls back to the floor as Kai levels her with a big kick to the face. Kai tosses someone from a steel chair and brings it over, but Knox kicks it out of her hand. Knox sends Kai face first into the ring post. Knox sends Kai into the ring and grabs a chair to follow, but the referee is distracted by Kai. Knox comes in and ducks a shot with a brace. Knox with a big German suplex. Knox runs the ropes for a suicide dive, but Kai decks her at the ropes with a forearm. Kai goes to swing the chair, but Candice LeRae runs down, comes from behind, pulling it out of her hands, taking it away from her. Kai returns to the ring as the referee is distracted by Candice on the outside. Kai turns it around with a big shot to the face from the knee brace from Knox. Knox follows up and nails the shiniest wizard, and Knox covers Kai for the pin and the win. After the match, Kai recovers in the ring as Knox backs up the ramp with LeRae. We go to replays and Knox's music hits. We see the Frozen weights backstage. Warming up. Beth shows us a video of what led to tonight's finals. Back to commercial. Back to the ring, we get the teaser with the flaming circles again. This time, they rearrange in this order. 2, 5, 20. That could be February 5th. That's next week. 20th. Chelsea Green versus Caden Carter. Probably a botch from earlier. Chelsea Green versus Caden Carter was up next. We go to the ring. Out comes Chelsea Green, representing Robert Stone brand. So the company's her to the ring. Caden Carter's out next as Alicia Taylor does the ring introductions. The bell rings and Carter immediately nails a drop kick. Green comes right back and sends Carter face first into the ropes. Green works Carter over and nails a big drop kick for a 2 count in the middle of the ring. Carter looks to mount offense, but Green kicks her from the corner. Green sends Carter back down in the corner. Green crowns Carter right in front of Stone as he watches. Green sends Carter face first into turnbuckles. Green beats Carter down in the corner again. Green keeps Carter grounded with a side headlock. Carter fights up, but Green stabs her back to the mat. Carter blocks the unprettier and rolls Green up for a 2 count. Bar back and forth. Carter springboards from the bottom rope with a super kick. They tangle some more, and Carter nails another kick to the face for a 2 count. Carter talks some trash and smacks Green. Carter charges, but Green counters and drops her with a big boot. Green talks some trash and shows off now as the fans boo her. Carter takes advantage and rolls Green up out of nowhere for the win. After the match, Carter heads to the stage to celebrate. As Green throws a fit, Stone tries to calm her down. Go to replays. They continue talking trash for the stage and the ring. So to come, the finals of the 2020 Dusty Classic back to a break. 2020 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. The Broserweights, which is Matt Riddle, Pete Dunne, versus the grizzled young veterans, James Drake and Zach Gibson. Your main event. Back to the break. Out first comes the Broserweights for the finals of the 2020 Dusty Classic Tournament. Pete Dunne stops and checks out the Dusty Classic Cup trophy on the stage. Matt Riddle is out next, and they head to the ring together. And this trophy is bigger than the best tag team in the world trophy from WWE. They also pose together in the middle of the ring. Out next are the NXT UK superstars, Drake and Gibson, the grizzled young veterans, as they say. As the bell rings, and they get formal introductions from Taylor. Dunne and Drake start things off, locking up and trading holds. Dunne goes right to work on the arm and the hand, bending the fingers back to Drake down. Dunne keeps control and tags in Riddle, and they double team on the hands. They deliver a stomp to the back of the head. Drake turns around on Riddle, but Riddle goes for the ankle lock. Drake grabs the ropes to break it, then nails the back elbow. Gibson tags in for a double team on Riddle. Gibson unloads on Riddle in the corner, beating him down. Riddle turns Gibson around in the corner and unloads with kicks. Riddle with a big gut-wrench suplex for a pop for the crowd. Dunne tags back in for double teaming on Gibson. Drake tags right back in, and they run the ropes. Dunne clotheslines him down. Dunne goes to the apron. Dunne knocks Drake back and then moonsaults onto Gibson on the floor. Drake rocks Dunne to the floor. Dunne gets leveled on the floor by both opponents as the fans boo. Dunne grabs his shoulder as Drake brings him back in the ring for a close 2 count. Dunne fights Drake off with a bunch of chops. Drake rocks him back into the ropes. Drake sends Dunne shoulder first into the ring post. Dunne falls out to the floor as the boos continue. Back to commercial. Back for the break. Gibson hits a big German suplex on Dunne. Dunne comes back and finally tags in Riddle. Riddle unloads on Gibson and knocks Drake off the apron. Dunne with forearms and an exploding suplex to Gibson as the fans cheer him on. Riddle goes on and hits the Broton. Then a big kick to the face. Riddle with a German suplex to Gibson for a 2 count in the middle of the ring. Gibson comes back with a jawbreaker to send Riddle back. Drake tags in Riddle. Drake tags in, but Riddle levels him with a spear. Riddle with a bro hammer to Gibson as the fans chant his name. Dunne tags in and double team Drake. Dunne and Riddle with a power bomb from Dunne into Riddle's knee. Dunne covers Drake for a close 2 count. Riddle comes back with some back in off of a tag as Drake sends Dunne over the top to the floor. Riddle with a Broton and a fisherman's buster to Drake, but he still kicks out. Riddle kicks Drake and nails him another Broton and another in the middle of the ring. Drake counters Riddle and hits a DDT in the middle of the ring. Gibson and Doom tag in at the same time. They unload with strikes in the middle of the ring as the fans cheer them on. Doom with a German suplex and a double stomp on the fingers. Gibson rolls Doom, and they trade attempts. Doom with an ankle lock submission. Riddle runs in to stop Drake from charging at Doom to break the ankle lock. Riddle now has the ankle lock on Drake, while Doom has the same hold on Gibson. The NXT UK superstars counter at the same time, sending their opponents out to the floor. Gibson and Drake recover on the mat as the fans boo the reversal. Back from the break, Gibson tries to put Doom away. Riddle comes up to the apron, but Gibson rocks him. Drake also stops Riddle. Drake leaps to take Riddle out and down on the floor. Gibson comes off the top with a ticket to ride, taking Doom down for another close 2 count. Gibson grounds Doom with a submission now. Riddle comes in to break it, but Drake mounts Riddle's back with a submission. Both submissions locked in at the same time. Riddle breaks them both, and all 4 competitors are down as the fans pop. Drake leaps off his partner's back, but Doom and Riddle catch him in midair, powerbombing him on top of Gibson's back. Doom and Riddle double team Drake again for another 2 count in the middle of the ring. Riddle scoops Drake up for the tombstone, and Doom goes to assist off the second rope. But Gibson shows Doom off. Drake drops Riddle for a 2 count. Drake with a big insecurity to Riddle. Drake drop kicks Doom on the apron, sending him into the electric chair on Gibson, who was on the floor. Drake runs the ropes and leaps out, taking Doom off of Gibson's shoulders to the floor. Fan chant, "Holy crap." Riddle rocks Gibson, but Drake assists with a double team. Gibson drops Riddle, and Drake flies off the top rope. Gibson covers, but Riddle still kicks out on 2. As fans go wild, Gibson and Drake go for another double team, but Doom comes back in. Doom and Riddle hit the bro Derek on their opponents at the same time. Doom takes Gibson down on the floor with a big moonsault as Riddle hits a floating bro on Drake in the ring. The finish sees another double team as Doom hits an insecurity kick to the head while Riddle connects with a bro to sleep on Drake for the pin and the win. Winners of the 2020 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, Matt Riddle and Pete Doom. After the match, Bros and Wade celebrating the ring as we go to replays. We come back to the confetti filling the arena. And sparks going off inside the ring, next to the trophy, also in the middle of the ring. Riddle and Doom celebrate as NXT General Manager William Regal stands in the ring and applauds them. Riddle and Doom versus the Undisputed Era is official for TakeOver in Portland. NXT goes off the air with Doom and Riddle continuing their big celebration as fans cheer them on. AEW Dynamite starts off with a recap from last week's show aboard Chris Jericho's cruise. And we see the Young Bucks double super kick MJF and send him into the pool. Tonight, Matt and Nick will take on the Butcher and the Blade. John Moxley with a eye patch still over his eye heads out to the crowd, to the ring. Moxley gets on the mic and says, after getting stabbed in the eye, he realized the fun and games with AEW World Champion Chris Jericho is over. Moxley then notes that him and Jericho will meet for the title at Revolution on February 29th. He says he's one match away from the top of the mountain. But it's more than that. He said Jericho is the kind of man, speaking of which, I'm wearing an early Jericho shirt. Is the kind of man who hides behind his guys, spike his eyes, and other bad stuff he's done in the past, like punching a woman, referring to when Jericho punched Shawn Michaels' wife on WWE. Moxley says he's not perfect, but he does live by a code and can look at himself in the mirror. He calls Jericho a manipulator, a liar, and a coward, and a bully. AEW on TNT, what is the number one contender at John Moxley going to say tonight? Moxley says he hates bullies. He plans on taking that title home. Chris, it's not about kind of man you are. It's about the kind of man you're not. Moxley continues that he realizes that the Inner Circle are going to try and take him out before the pay-per-view. Moxley then says Jericho should just come out tonight and take his butt beating like a man. The champion's music hits. Out he comes. Crowd boos. Jericho responds. Typical Cleveland idiots. Jericho reminds Moxley all he had to say is yes to his offer about joining the Inner Circle, the Inner Stable. says Moxley is stupid. He brings up Moxley's mother. She was looking especially fetching. Maybe I'll give her a call later. At TD_wrestling, and I Am Jericho doesn't take too kindly to pirates. Or John Moxley. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, AEW on TNT. Jericho says he apologized to her about what happened to Moxley, but ultimately it was Moxley's fault for not accepting the keys to the castle. Jericho says if Moxley wants to fight tonight, go to hell. Crowd boos. Jericho says he always travels with his boys and calls out the rest of the group. Moxley counts 5 guys and lets him know it's not 5 against 1, mentioning that he was born and raised in Ohio. It's 5 against him and the entire arena. Moxley walks up the ramp towards the group. Jericho says he knew Moxley would want to fight, so they brought some more guys. Now there's 10 guys on stage, and they walk down to Moxley. Ortiz leads the way with an axe handle. Moxley just hits him with a headbutt, DDT, and then jumps at the group. Referees and security are out to keep everyone separated. Moxley drops one of the security guys and heads back up to the crowd. Jericho barks at him from the ring. At AEW on TNT, win hashtag Le Champion, and I Am Jericho speaks. You listen. Commentary runs down tonight's matches. Darby Allin and Private Party. 6-man action versus Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz. Nyla Rose versus Big Swole. Kip Sabian versus Cody. And the Young Bucks versus Butcher and the Blade. At a slaughterhouse, MJF and Wardlow meet up with the Butcher, Blade, and Bunny. MJF hands over an envelope with cash in it to Bunny with the Young Bucks name written on it and heads out. The Butcher and the Blade with Bunny versus the Young Bucks was up next. MJF talks some trash and has some fan kiss his ring during commercial break. He then heads over to commentary before the match gets rolling. Nick and Butcher start off the match. Shoulder blocks them down. Matt able to tag in Nick, who hits a springboard dropkick. Blade tags in and runs across the ring, only to get dropped, and Nick hits a leg drop off the top rope. Matt and Nick with a couple of leaps off the top rope on Blade. MJF says all he cares about is Matt and Nick ever wrestling again. At TD_wrestling, do something gnarly. Matt and Nick. Matt tags in. Double hip toss. Double kicks on Blade. Butcher runs in and hits a double lariat. Matt able to use his agility to tag Nick back in. Big kick to Butcher. Lands a kick to Blade. Nick with a super kick to Butcher. Bunny then yanks Nick off the apron. Butcher with a running crossbody on the floor to Nick. Blade with a flip over the top rope down on Matt. Butcher and Blade take control of the match. At TD_wrestling, at Andy complains, and at Braxton Sutter pick apart Nick. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, AEW on TNT. Nick finally tags in Matt, who lands a bunch of punches and chops to Blade. Sliding drop kick on Butcher. Standing slice bread on Blade. Hits a super kick on Butcher out on the floor. Matt heads to the top rope. Elbow drop. Cover. 2 count. Nick tags in. Hits a senton down on Blade. Covers. Butcher breaks it up. Butcher eats a double super kick. Bolster jobber. Hits on Blade for the 1-2-3. MJF isn't happy. Winners the match, Young Bucks by pinfall. After the match, Butcher attacks from behind. Outruns Kenny Omega, who hits a V-trigger on Butcher. A tipsy Adam Page follows up with beer in his hand, hands the beer over the mat, hits a buckshot lariat on Blade, and then takes the beer right back, drinks it, and exits in the back. At AEW on TNT, do not want to mess with the hashtag Elite. At Kenny Omega Man X at AEW Dynamite. Nyla Rose versus Big Swole. Next match. Swole avoids Rose, lands a couple of strikes, slow drop kick, plants her to the mat, cover for a 2 count. Rose gets sent out to the floor. Swole looks for a penalty kick from the apron. Gets yanked down to the apron, then thrown into the barricade. Swole with some punches, throws a forearm, and hits the ring post. Rose then swings her arm into it again. AEW Wrestling at Nyla Rose Nyla Rose Beast breaking down at Swole World bit by bit. Rose charges in the corner, misses, eats a kick to the head, and Swole locks in a standing choke. Rose gets out of it, Swole lands a bump kick. Swole chance break out. More strikes from Swole. Headbutt. Slingshot cutter. Pin 2 count. Swole with a flatliner, getting a whole lot of offense on Rose. Rose lands a spear. Sit down powerbomb for a victory. Swole is currently #1 ranked woman for the Rio's title. At TD_wrestling, and Nyla Rose Beast fighting Swole. Hashtag AEW Dynamite at AEW on TNT. Winner of the match, Nyla Rose by pinfall. Cody with Arn Anderson versus Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford. Sabian with a drop kick, gut buster, punches, kicks, tries for a suplex, but Cody lands on his feet, hits an uppercut. Sabian rolls out to the floor and then shoves Anderson. Referee tells Anderson to back up. Sabian back in the ring, avoids some strikes, but then Cody lands a drop kick. Sabian rolls out to the floor again. He's able to trip Cody up and yanks him out to the floor. Cody goes to punch Sabian and mistakenly elbows Ford. Cody picks up Ford. Sabian is with a pin. Sabian nails a penalty kick to Cody from the apron. Ford drops down on Cody and just pops right back up. She's fine. Ford then leaps on the apron and kisses Sabian. Cody gets tossed back in the ring and Sabian goes to work during the commercial break. That's a split screen. AEW Wrestling says the Kip Sabian and the _ Penelope Ford outsmarting at Cody Rhodes and the Orange Show in hashtag AEW Cleveland. Both wrestlers are down and come back from break. Both are up sick at 6 count. Cody with a punch in the face, clothesline, 10 punches in the corner. Sabian slips out. Sabian kicks out, then runs right into a spinning power slam. Cody takes off his weight belt. Ford snatches it away. Cody with a disaster kick. Ford throws her boot into the ring. Referee throws it back out to the floor. Anderson shows the referee the boot. He gets on the apron. He's had it and throws her boot out to the crowd. Anderson is in the ring now. Referee yelling at him to get out to the floor. Anderson then bumps the referee and ends up getting thrown out of ringside. Head to the back. Cody tells Orange to bounce, and that's it. And that is okay. AEW Wrestling, well, we didn't see that coming. Sabian distracts the ref. And Ford hits a hurricane off the steps on Cody. Sabian with a flip over the top rope to take out his opponent. Ford and Sabian go to kiss each other out on the floor, but Joey Janela in disguise, hiding in the front row, gets between them and end up kissing him on the cheeks. Sabian swings and misses. Cody with a suicide dive. Of course, they had their eyes closed for their kiss. Back in the ring, Sabian with a swinging neck breaker covers for a 2 count. They end up on the top rope. They fight back and forth. Sabian with springboards in and just yanks Cody to the floor. Tries for the Deathly Hollows. Nope. Cody cutter, crossroads, another crossroads, and then a third for the win. At TD_wrestling, no arm, no problem. And Cody Rhodes hits the cutter. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, AEW on TNT. Winner of the match, Cody by pinfall. After the match, Cody celebrates a bit and then gets to toss his weight belt into the crowd. Last week, Britt Baker beats Priscilla Presley, then turned heel while talking trash to Tony Schiavone. Baker brings up Schiavone was just working a crappy barista before his meal ticket in AEW came along. Britt Baker comes out to the stage to talk with Tony Schiavone. Baker says she's not offended by what happened, but was actually happy with what happened. She was trending after their segment. She takes the microphone from Schiavone, calls out JR for talking over her on commentary and going to break. She says JR is smug and pretentious of my division and my division. Of my division and my division. Says it twice. While you sit there and we do all the work, she yells JR to be who he once was. Not a sloppy barbecue salesman who can't get the roster's name straight. Crowd booing Baker pretty good. She talked trash about Riho. Baker tells Tony to pick up a toothbrush to fix that moderate gingivitis. She then lets Cleveland know you finally have a baker you can trust in. Great promo from Baker. At AEW on TNT, Dr. Real Baker just going off on everyone tonight right now. Backstage, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are interviewed. Young Bucks say they haven't forgotten about the Dark Order, but they are happy about the win tonight. Ultimately, they just want to climb back to the top of the tag division. They say nothing personal to Omega. Tipsy Page rolls in and shows off their new nameplates, and he hands Matt and Nick their own nameplates. You may need them someday. Omega thanks Page and tries to smooth things over. Omega then announces next week it will be an 8-man tag action. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Adam Page versus the Blade, Butcher, and a team of their choosing. SCU versus TH2. That's Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky with Christopher Daniels in the corner versus Jack Evans and Angelico. At AEW on TNT, SCU is dedicating this next match to the late Laker legend Kobe Bryant. Hashtag Kobe RIP. SCU comes out wearing the Los Angeles Lakers jersey in honor of Kobe Bryant. Angelico and Kazarian get things started with some back and forth action. Evans barking at the crowd as Sky continues to beat up Angelico. Evans is able to get the tag and choke out Sky with his foot. Evans with a spinning kick covers for a 2 count. Angelico back in there with a clean kick to the face covers for a 2 count. The TD Wrestling, Angelico, AAA, and Jack Evans 711 dropping in to say hey to Scorpio Sky at hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag AEW on TNT. Sky with a suplex on Evans. Sky able to make the tag. Kazarian with a drop kick on Evans. Clotheslines on Angelico, big drop kick. Hip tossing to a neck breaker on Evans. Kazarian with a big knee strike on Angelico. Then hits a pancake on Evans. Kazarian slingshots Angelico into the ring from the apron and hits a cutter. Covers, broken up by Evans. Sky out to the floor. Evans with a double stomp, lung blower combo. Pin. Angelico tries to put the feet on the ropes, but Sky throws him off. Evans eats a kick on the floor. Sky tags in. Big boot to Angelico's face. SCU later hits a cover for the 1-2-3. Backstage, Dark Order head down a flight of stairs. Uno says the Exalted One is very angry with Christopher Daniels and that the group needs to target his friends and family. He says this is Daniels' warning. Random location outside. Pac joins Moxley. Pac says John Moxley has made his bed, and now he has to live in it, lie in it. Pac says Moxley should have fun with the Inner Circle. If there's anything left, Pac will come along and pluck his other eye out. He then talks about Kenny Omega, saying he doesn't like Omega's arrogance. We're going to do everything at your convenience. He says that doesn't work for him. That everything will happen on his timeline starting next week. I'm coming for blood. AEW World Champion Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz with Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager versus Darby Allin and Private Party. All in, and Jericho getting things started. Jericho with a slap to the face. All in, smacks him back. Uses his agility to slap around Jericho and hit a drop kick. Big springboard arm drag. Kip up, but Jericho quickly runs to his corner. Private Party with a flurry of double team moves on Ortiz. Ortiz recovers and drops Quinn. He then tags in Santana, scoops Sam, knees to the face. Then tags Jericho back in. He gets in some shot and brings Ortiz back in. Cassidy is able to tag back in. Multiple pin attempts all are 2 counts. Cassidy with a big boot to Santana, kicks Ortiz. Jericho with a springboard drop kick that sends Cassidy down to the floor. Jericho taunts the crowd as we go to break. Inner Circle maintains control of the match during commercial. Cassidy gets a roll up for a 2 count. Jericho with a lariat covers for a 2 count. Santana tags in, kicks away. Backbreaker pin for a 2 count. Jericho with a lion salt. Ortiz with a diving headbutt. Covered. Quinn breaks it up. Back break by Ortiz. Santana gets back in there. Cassidy will come back though and brings All in. He knocks Jericho off the apron. Up and over. Stunner. Suicide dive on Jericho. Back in the ring. Slaps to Santana. Yoshi Tonic. Covers for a 2 count. All in with another pin. Jericho breaks it up. Quinn in the ring. Pele kick to Jericho. Quinn gets flatlined by Ortiz. Cassidy gets rid of Ortiz. Santana with a cutter on Cassidy. All in is back to his feet. Jericho in his blind tag ends up running right into a second rope moonsault, covers for a 2 count. All in kicks Hager off the apron. All in with a coffin drop on Hager to the floor. Quinn with a Fosbury flop on Santana with Ortiz. Cassidy heads to the top rope. Hits a big senton, covers close 3 count. Cassidy checks on with a referee on the count. Jericho back up, hits a Judas right to Cassidy's face, dropping him to the mat. Covers, and the match is over. After the match, Inner Circle is back in the ring, and they beat up on All In and Private Party a bit more. Jericho whips Allen and Quinn with his title. Guevara grabs All In's skateboard. Hager with a knee strike to All In. Guevara then smashes the skateboard into All In's stomach. He then jams All In's throat down on the skateboard. Santana mockingly rides the skateboard and tries an ollie. They go for more. Moxie runs down with a black baseball bat, Sting style, and swings away on everyone to clean house. He points the bat at Jericho, who yells at Moxley from the ramp to close out the show. AEW Dark spoiler, before the show got started, Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt with Luchasaurus defeated Sunny Kiss and Brandon Cutler. Taz joined Excalibur on commentary for next week's AEW Dark. So no Taz. Taz did join, and actually we found out that link. After AEW Dynamite, Hikaru Shida defeated Mel. After the match, Luther and Mel attacked fellow Nightmare Collective stablemate Awesome Call at this league. So the split up possibly happening. Also, Best Friends with Orange Cassidy defeated Colin Delaney and Sean Spears. With Tully Blanchard in the corner in the final dark match of the night. Delaney previously worked for WWE, mostly in the ECW brand back in 2007-2008. He returned to make a few appearances for WWE as talent enhancement in 2017 and 2018, and the match can be found in this late highlights. After battling with the Inner Circle, especially Ortiz on tonight's show, Jon Moxley will take Ortiz on next week. Britt Bakerface is returning Yuka Sakazaki, who will make her AEW Dynamite debut. Her last AEW appearance was June at the AEW Fighter Fest. Finally, Young Bucks beat Butcher and Blade on tonight's show, but they will meet up again next week in 8-man action. It will be the Young Bucks, AEW World Tag Team Champions, Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus Butcher, Blade, and Lucha Brothers. As it wasn't announced earlier in the show, well, there you go. And the update lineup. Moxley versus Ortiz, Baker versus Sakazaki, Omega, Page, and Young Bucks versus Butcher, Blade, and Lucha Brothers with the Bunny. Ken Lashley to Cody by MJF. PAC says he's coming after Kenny Omega. First pre-show dark match from the NXT arena in Full Sail University saw Casey Catanzaro defeat Jesse Camilla. The second pre-show dark match saw Joaquin Wilde return and defeat Chase Parker. Also, earlier, there was also a pre-show dark segment. Heel manager Malcolm Bivens of Bivens Enterprises. You can see quick details from the segment. At this link, Bivens came to the ring, cut a dark heel manager promo against the crowd at the NXT arena from Full Sail University at Winter Park, Florida. Bivens revealed that he's looking for top stars to join Bivens Enterprises. He added that Bivens Enterprises is coming soon to NXT, but you can't rush perfection. Bivens also called himself the Puff Daddy of NXT, according to a fan in attendance. As he also took to Twitter and said, I had an opportunity of a lifetime in 2018 at WWE Access. I bought this suit for good luck. Since last year, I worked hard to be in the best shape possible. Wearing it tonight meant a lot to me, he tweeted. Bivens' real name, Stokely Hathaway. Worked for Ring of Honor, Evolve with MLW before signing with the WWE in March 2019. He also used the name Court Moore in NXT, but they settled on his current name last May. It's rumored that WWE talents and officials have high hopes for Bivens in the WWE as he's received rave reviews for his work over the years. And since working NXT live events, WWE has tried Bivens out with several NXT superstars at live events over the past year, including Babatunde, Ayabusi, and Tayanera Conti, among others. At Tom Stoop says, and Malcolm Bivens, Dark Heel Manager, promo at this link interrupts Alicia Taylor. I am the Puff Daddy of hashtag WNXT. Bivens Enterprises is coming soon. You can't rush perfection. Bivens kills a Bugenhagen chant with, last time I checked, this is Full Sail, not Showtime at the Apollo. And that concludes my results for this week's NXT and AEW results, as well as the others. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on Monday. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.